Deadly damage. The severe storm that is tearing through the Midwest has calmed down, but not without cost. Privacy policy. A new Google rule starts today, and it might change the way you do things on the web. Motivating moves. Find out what kids are doing to get active and healthy in these cozy winter months. I'm Anna Hayes.
And I'm Kara Teo. It's Thursday, March 1st, and in Utah, it's 12 o'clock.
From KBYU and the BYU Department of Communications. This is the award-winning 11 News at noon.
BYU says a religion professor who talked with the Washington Post about blacks and LDS doctrine did so without university approval. Religious Education Dean Terry Ball says Professor Randy Bott's quotes in a Tuesday article do not reflect the teachings of BYU. Spokeswoman Carrie Jenkins added that the university's media policy is that professors do not speak for the university or for the LDS Church. And Bott is not making public comments about his quotes, but he has said he endorses a new church statement that says his comments don't represent church doctrine and that has no place in the church. A severe tornado that blazed a trail through the Midwest has weakened, but the impact it's left behind is just starting to rise. People in Harrisburg, Illinois, one of the areas with the most devastation, are assessing the damage today, trying to pick up the pieces and move forward. After the tragedy will come recovery.
Well, I don't want to ever go through it again. I mean, it's horrible, devastating.
Residents of Harrisburg, Illinois will spend Thursday and likely many more days and weeks ahead dealing with the aftermath of a deadly tornado that tore through here early Wednesday. Many of the survivors lost their homes and their property and are left with a terrifying memory.
I've never been so close to death in my life. Scary.
I felt the trailer shaking and I woke up underneath the trailer.
The tornado that lashed Harrisburg was one of a number spawned by a massive storm system that wreaked havoc in the country's midsection. The impact was also felt in states like Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Tennessee, and in Missouri, where a tornado dealt severe damage to the tourist town of Branson.
We stand ready to work with them in anything that they need to make sure they're backing up and operating.
That will be Thursday's theme throughout the stricken regions, getting back up in the midst of such destruction and hoping they don't see anything like it again.
I hope and pray it doesn't come to me or anyone else, because I tell you, it is a worst experience of waking up to ever.
The severe weather isn't completely over. Another storm is in the forecast to trigger tornadoes from the Ohio River Valley through the Tennessee River Valley starting tomorrow.
Springville police say a man shot and killed an intruder in his home. Police say the intruder walked into the home late last night, ate a snack, and changed into clothes that were on the couch. He then threatened the homeowner, claiming he had a gun. The homeowner grabbed his own gun and shot the would-be robber once in the chest. Police have not yet identified the dead man. Democratic Peter Cook announced he's running for governor. If Cook is elected, he will be the first Democrat to win a statewide election since 1996. Cook says Utah's founders never intended it to be a one-party state. He has big plans for the education system, saying Utah won't be able to compete in a global economy if education keeps declining. The Career Service Review Board says a fired employee at the Utah Department of Transportation should get her job back. UDOT accused Denise Graham of leaking information about who won the contract to rebuild I-15 through Utah County. The investigation showed Graham did not leak any details. The board ordered UDOT to give Graham her job back with lost wages and benefits.
Google will soon know its users better than ever. The company's new privacy policy goes into effect starting today. The move merges 60 different policies into one. When a user now searches the web using Google, information will be collected and linked to Gmail, YouTube, and Google Plus accounts. Google says the information will be used to better customize search results. Users will also see ads targeted to their personal preferences. The new policy will not sell personal information to advertisers. And Apple is now worth more than $100 billion. That's even more money than Saudi Arabia's worth. Apple's stock prices are climbing despite the recession and rose by more than $7 a share on Wednesday. Apple is one of the 5 most valuable companies at any point in history. The possible iPad 3 release may have helped them hit their $500 billion milestone.
Many of us don't get enough exercise, and that can also extend to our kids. 11 News reporter Haley Shockless tells us it's never too early to teach them how to have fun while exercising.
The Centers for Disease Control recommend children get 60 minutes of exercise a day, and communities that provide physical activities help kids reach that goal. Serve, set, and spike. These Provo middle schoolers say they know regular exercise each day plays an important role when improving their skills in one of their favorite sports.
It can help you in PE, and you won't be as tired, and you can feel happy.
So you get big muscles and you get your blood pumping. And
even though Utah has one of the lowest numbers of overweight adults and children in the country, gym classes, but local recreation programs help to increase physical activity by giving kids a chance to learn about different sports such as volleyball.
We introduce the community to a lot of different active, healthy activities, hoping that some of those will catch, hoping that they'll develop a love for a certain sport or a love for fitness.
Henderson says that parents will make an impact on their children's health if they teach their kids healthy habits at a young age.
That's exactly the goal that we're looking at, is trying to show by example within their own family, because what better place can you have an impact on a child's future than in his own family?
As communities like Provo look for new ways to increase the amount of exercise people get each day, these kids say they will continue to exercise by improving their volleyball skills. Provo City Parks and Recreation also says parents who join their kids in activities help them maintain a healthier lifestyle. They also encourage kids to participate in outside sports clinics and programs, and to use local playgrounds and parks to keep moving. Back to you guys.
111 News at noon returns. Grieving guidance. Ohio students return to school for the first time since a deadly shooting, but not for classes.
And Mother Nature's delivery. One ski resort is putting away its best of a recent white gift. A hiker in Arizona survives a parachute disaster. Ohio students go to grief counseling instead of class, and a dump truck driver in Florida escapes a fiery accident. This is your look at news from across the nation. Rescuers lifted a base jumper from a crevice by helicopter after he lost control midair. He planned to use his parachute to glide to the base of the Superstition Mountains, but he was wearing it backwards. When he jumped off the ridge, the wind pushed him back into the rocks. Rescuers say this could have actually been deadly, but the man only had minor injuries. Students returned to Chardon High School in Ohio today, just 3 days after the deadly shooting. The school is not holding normal classes until tomorrow, but students are meeting with counselors to help them heal from the frightening events. Prosecutors say they will charge alleged shooter TJ Lane with 3 counts of aggravated murder and other offenses. And things heated up in South Florida when a dump truck caught on fire. The truck's tire blew out, sending the truck over a concrete barrier and down an embankment where it burst into flames. Firefighters rushed to the scene, but the fire had already charred the truck to a crisp. By the time they got there, unfortunately, the driver was able to escape with no major injuries. And that's your look at news from across the nation. Kara, back to you.
The Utah Olympic Exploratory Committee is developing a proposal for a 2022 or 2026 Olympic bid. Putting this together costs $30,000, but that's small change compared to the estimated $10 million Olympic bid. Members say Utah has many advantages over other contenders. Salt Lake may have to compete with Montana, Switzerland, and Ukraine. Utah's resorts are loving it. The lucky ones got about a foot of snow. 11 News reporter Brady Tucker tells us how one cross-country ski resort is finally making money instead of making fake snow.
Soldier Hollow Cross Country Ski Resort got about 7 inches of snow this week. It's not much, but every inch counts when ski-related revenues are down due to the weather.
When there's not snow on the ground, natural snow, most people don't think of going skiing, and they just don't show up. And to reach everyone and convince them that there's really nice skiing to do.
Utah may not have had a lot of snow this year, but places like Soldier Hollow make their own snow to keep the skiers coming.
The resort's artificial snow guns have seen a lot of action this winter, but now Mother Nature stepped in and sent the snow guns into retirement for the season. The director says that making their own snow has cost them about $110,000.
We run a 2-person crew minimum, and then between the water and electricity that we use to generate the snow. It's definitely a very costly item to make.
Howard Peterson says several cross-country ski resorts around the country weren't even open this winter, so Soldier Hollow was lucky. The resort has been able to generate revenue despite the weather because of good family activity. Thanks to Mother Nature, instead of making it snow, now they're making it rain. In Midway, Brady Tucker, 11 News.
That snow came just in time. Soldier Hollow will Ski and Snowboard Association Junior National Championships from March 3rd to the 10th.
Still to come on the news at noon. International icons. BYU Athletics often looks overseas for their talent. We'll tell you why coaches go out of their way to find the best athletes.
Clawing for Congress. He's already made a name for himself on Facebook as a candidate, but he's not human.
Unlike that cat, snow has not made a name for itself this winter, but it's never too late to start, right? I'll have your 11 News weather when we return.
So Kika, this winter has really spoiled me, I feel.
I know, we've had such a dry winter and now all of a sudden we're getting all this snow.
Snow, right? Well, we can expect even more snow tomorrow. Right. But right now, taking a look outside, we can see some of that snow hanging out that we got yesterday and even into that night. We can also see those clouds just hanging around up in the mountains. And if we look in the sky, the cloud coverage is pretty well all over the sky. There are a few pockets of blue sky that we can see here and there, but generally speaking, we do have some nice cloud coverage today. Currently outside, it is 30 degrees. Our humidity is 80%, a little high. We are expecting some snowfall later on this afternoon and even into the night, and we just have a calm wind speed of 5 miles per hour. It's a north wind, so it should just breeze on through, nothing too big. Later on tonight, we will have a drop in temperature. We'll hit a low in the low 20s of 22 degrees. We are expecting some snowfall tonight. Remember, that will be accumulation from the afternoon snow, so just watch out if you're driving home. And our sunset, we can expect around the same time that we have, 6:21 p.m. Taking a look at our stat map, we can see the storm systems and what's happening. We basically have this northern storm above Utah and this lower southern storm that are both pulling out eastward. We're just getting this tail end. We got the first blast yesterday with that snowfall. In fact, it was the most snowfall we've seen in quite a while here in the valley. The second hit we'll get, of course, later on tonight, but we can expect it to be lighter and not as heavy as it was yesterday. Our Utah highs here, we're mostly in the 30s. Up in Logan, we have 34, Salt Lake, Provo, Wendover, and even in Vernal, we're still in the high 30s. We get into our 40s down heading south with Moab and Cedar City, and our highest with St. George at 56 degrees. With their 5-day forecast, we can see the effect of the tail end storm. Thursday, we can expect a slight chance of rain today. It shouldn't be anything too big. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't even get any heavy rainfall. Friday will be mostly sunny. Saturday, Sunday, and even into Monday, they'll hit a nice high of 69, and the sky will be clear with nothing but sun. Up in northern Utah, we'll see the same thing happening. Thursday and Friday we'll get snow. Saturday mostly cloudy, but Sunday, even into Monday, we'll round out that 5-day with a nice 58 degrees, guys. Super good weather for Monday.
That sounds lovely. Can't wait to see that sunshine again.
I'm so excited for the warm weather to come.
Definitely.
Thanks, Kika.
You're welcome.
And Bridget, we have got a lot going on in sports. Our men's and women's basketball team are in Vegas as we speak. What's going to happen this weekend?
They are. Neither team has played yet, but there is plenty of college basketball action down there. Next on sports, tournament tip-off. The WCC action is underway in Vegas after 2 play-in games that went down to BYU may not be playing yet, but the West Coast Conference tournament has already seen plenty of action. 11 Sports reporter Christine Asili has a recap from last night's men's and women's play-in games straight from Vegas.
The first day of the West Coast Conference tournament is in the books. The Loyola Marymount Lions tipped off the tournament against the University of San Francisco Dons. Junior Alex Cowling led LMU with 24 points and added 38 minutes to the board. The Dons fought back, and Jamie Katuna hit this 3 to come within 1 with a minute and a half left in the game. But it wasn't enough. and the Lions finished strong, beating the Dons 66-60. They'll face off against Pepperdine today at 1 p.m. Mountain Time. Later in the day, it was the Portland Pilots and the Santa Clara Broncos playing to earn a spot in the tournament. Portland jumped out to an early lead and was ahead for most of the game. But Santa Clara stayed close and had a late surge. They pulled ahead not once but twice, but couldn't seal the deal. The Pilots walked out of the Orleans Arena with the spot to play San Francisco in the second round. Tip-off is tonight at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Christina Seeley, CougTube.
Cougar fans in Vegas will have to wait to see BYU in action. The men don't play until tomorrow night at 9 p.m. on ESPNU, and the women are off until Saturday afternoon. They tip off at 3 on BYU TV. But the tournament hits full swing today with 4 games on the docket, 2 on the women's side and 2 on the men's. The women hit the hardwood first with Pepperdine taking on last night's winner Loyola Marymount at 1, followed by Santa Clara and Portland at 3. The men have the evening shift with San Francisco and play-in winner Portland at 7. Then San Diego and Pepperdine cap off the night at 9. The winner of that game will play BYU tomorrow, and all 4 games are on BYU TV. Coaches may not get any playing time, but they still have to lace up their recruiting shoes and compete for new talent. 11 Sports reporter Jen Jacobson tells us why BYU coaches travel all over the world to find the best athletes.
Athletic recruiting may happen overseas, but it's no foreign concept to BYU coaches. The men's volleyball team has spent a lot of time recruiting Puerto Rican players.
They offered me a recruit trip, so I took it. I was like, yeah, I don't waste it. Any opportunity or anything by looking at the university.
Recruiting has become an international business where companies help athletes and coaches meet. They host tournaments throughout the world that give athletes the opportunity to showcase their talent.
It makes it very convenient for us as coaches when we travel around the world, instead of just seeing 1 or 2 players, to be able to see, dozens or, many players. So it makes it a little bit more efficient with time and money.
Some coaches take advantage of these recruiting programs to find the best athletes in the world. They say traveling to several different countries is worth finding even just one talented athlete with a lot of potential.
But coaches are not the only ones benefiting. Just Vera, tennis player Georgie Batchercove has found both athletic and academic success.
America gives you an opportunity that you can get a degree and play tennis at the same time.
Batchercove is the tennis team's senior starter, captain, and #1 player. His success inspires coaches to continue recruiting internationally. On BYU campus, Jen Jacobson, 11 News.
International recruits also have to learn English and take several entrance exams in order to get accepted into BYU. Coaches say this long process helps to get them is well worth their team efforts.
It's really amazing how BYU just brings in so many people from around the world.
That's right. Very helpful. Very cool. Thanks, Bridget. Still to come on 11 News at noon. Purring politics. We'll tell you the platform of this cat in his election campaign. Stay with us.
Virginia's U.S. Senate race just got a little furrier. Meet Hank, a 9-year-old cat running as an independent candidate. Hank's platform is simple: job creation and more spay and neuter programs. He got his start in politics as a write-in candidate for a state race and earned 9 votes. Now he's gaining a following on Facebook and moving to the national level. Hank refuses to run negative ads.
He's pretty cute. I'd vote for him. I like
it. Do better than me.
Shake things up in Washington. That's 11 News at noon for Thursday, March 1st.
You can join us anytime on our website, 11news.byu.edu.
Thanks for watching and have a great afternoon.